Hello everyone. In this video, I'll show you how to configure the OData entity list. So in the previous video, already I have explained how to configure the entity list and use this entity list to display the records on the form. You can watch that video for the reference. But here in this video, I'll show you how to configure the OData entity list, and this OData can be used to query your records, and you can consume the data and how you want to manipulate, you can do that. So OData will help you to fetch the records in the Dynamics using the REST web service, and in the REST we will be using the JSON. So working with the JSON is always easy, and the manipulating of the data will be easy. So it helps to developer to fetch the records and manipulate the data using the OData. So here I will be configuring the OData entity list, and I'll show you how to use that also. Okay, so before I proceed there, so in the last video, as I mentioned already, I have created the couple of entity list. So you can find the existing entity list. This I have created in the last video, and I have another entity list, this one for the student entity. And there you can see when you go to the right side, and here it is called the OData enable. So in the entity section list here, when you have OData enable, then means this entity set can be entity list can be used as a OData entity list. Okay, so when you open this entity list here, and you can see when you go to the OData feed here, so it is having the entity set. This is the entity OData set name, and this is the entity name, and this is the view I'm using to display the records. So in the OData entity list, you will be you will be using one of the view from the Dynamics of the student entity and particular entity, and you have to enable this OData feed, and then you have to give the entity set name. When you have saved that, then after some times, or you have to start the portal. When you go to your portal here, and when you try to hit this by giving your portal URL and then slash underscore OData, then when you hit this one, you will see your entity set name, and OData list name will be coming here. So you can use this set name to retrieve the data. So since here in this portal, I have not logged in, and here in this entity list of this student here, I have not enabled the permission also. So when you go to the below here, you can see the table permission I have not enabled. So here you have to remember the entity list also is also restricted with the table permissions. So when you have not enabled the table permissions on the your entity list, it can be used by anyone to access your data. So since you can see I have not logged in, still I will be able to access my student data here by giving the, you can see these are the student data, and it is accessible open, like even anyone, like you can let me access this one outside here somewhere in another browser where I have not logged in and try to hit this one. You can see the data is exposed, so which is this is very critical in your real-time project. So you will be not setting up your OData like this. You have to make sure your OData is always enabled for the table permissions, and when you enable the table permissions, when someone is not logged in, they cannot try to access this. So let me enable it and try to access this data. It will take some time to affect this one. Now you can see it shows the access denied, so you can't access. So make sure the any OData which you are creating, it should be enabled here. So here I'm going to create the OData for the application, since I have the another entity called application. So I'm going to create the new OData for the application. So this is the list. I'll go from content list, new or new list here, and here I will be giving the name of my OData set, OData, sorry, the entity list name here. So it is application entity list, and it will be for OData. And table, you have to select the particular application table or particular your entity table, website, and you can save this. Now, when you go to the OData feed here, you have to enable this first. So before you enable, you have to select the views here. So here in the Dynamics, this is my solution in the Dynamics. in the under the application, this is the view, and this is the view I have created. This is the view I have created, and this view I will be using for the application, where it will display the details of the column like name, country, date of birth, email, first name, last name, and phone number. So these are the columns which are returning from this view, and it will be returning to the OData also. So this view I will be using, and it has the filter criteria with the active status. So it will display only the active applications from this result. Okay. So this view I will be using in the OData. So when I go to the OData configuration here, I will select the enable the OData, and also in the general I have to enable the your entity permissions. Okay, enable the entity permission. Now I'll go to the OData feed, and then if here you have to give your entity name. So you can find the entity name, logical name from here. You can give that name here. Then this will be your entity set name, like how you are getting this name, right? This set name. So like that you have to define. You can define any name as per your convenience. So here I'm giving this application set. Okay, and then I will select the view. This is the view, active application or data view, and this is the same view here what we are having. So I have selected this view, and now save it. So when once you have created the application, this one any OData list, it may take some time to reflect this entity list, or the OData list in your OData set here. So when you go to the OData here, your this will be your portal URL slash OData. When you hit this one, so you can see my application set is coming here. Now, since I have enabled the permission here on this table permissions, I will not be able to access this data. So I'll go to the here application set. You can see that permission is denied. So now to enable the permission, how I can do, since already I have created the table permission from my previous video, in the table permission, I have, this is the contact, I will try to log in. Under this contact, I had created the one of the wave roles, DNLB general user in my previous video. And under that wave roles, I have created the table permissions. When you go to the table permissions, and you can see I have the application table permission. So it has the global access type, and it has all the privileges assigned. So with this permission, when I log in with this contact there, then I should be able to access the record of this application and the student also, because for the student also the table permission is enabled. So I'll try to log in here. Okay, so I have login here. So once it is logged in, you can go and you can create the duplicate window and try to hit the same application here. Now you can see the applications are loaded. So these are the two applications present in my Dynamics, and it is displaying here. It will have the columns similar to that what we have given in the view here. Inside the view, what columns we have given, it will be displaying here. And on these columns, you can apply the filters. So the filters will be applicable only to the columns which are coming here. So say sometimes you have forgot to add the columns, particular columns here, and you try to filter here by that column, and that column is not present here. So definitely you will not able to filter any records. So make sure the filter which you are going to apply, it is present here in this column list. Okay, so I want to filter by some like email ID here. So I'll select this email. So I want to filter this one. So like that, you can create the filter filter conditions. So filter equals, and then I will have the column name email equals, and then I can take any email here. So this is the one of the test email. So this record it will display then, right? So I'm going to give this email here. Now you can see the particular email is record is filtered. So like that, you can create the OData query. So you will be using this OData query to in your JavaScript or in the jQuery to filter the records. And in the real-time projects, you will having the web templates and lot of JavaScript. There we have frequently you will be using these kind of OData set by with different filter criteria, and you will be manipulating the data based on that. So I hope now you have understood how to create the OData and how the entity permissions are enabled on that. And I hope and thank you watching this video, guys.